What's up guys, it's Alex. Today we're going to show you how to change the oil on a 1987 Mazda RX-7.
The first thing you want to do is to let the car warm up.
Here are the tools you're going to need. You're going to need a jack stands, oil, an oil filter, wrench with a socket. Sometimes you want to have a socket extension depending on what type of car you're working on, and of course a catch can to catch all of the oil. Now if your vehicle is lowered or has an aero kit or body kit, whatever you want to call that, you may need to get a low profile jack. I don't have one. So what I'll have to do is use a factory jack that comes stuck with the car to lift the car up a little bit, so that way the regular jack fits underneath it. Alright, like I told you guys, as you can see, even the regular jack has a problem going into the car or under the car, sorry, because the car has a aerodynamic kit on it, which gives me extra drift points. But like I said, what we're going to do here, we're going to put this jack underneath it, and we're going to lift it up manually, like this, just so it's enough. And then we're going to take the other jack and have that basically take over. Now this jack is good for up to 2 tons, which is 4,000 pounds. So that should be more than enough. And now we're going to lift the car up. Okay, pause. Once you have the car up, you can remove your primary jack that you use to bring your car up. Now again, like I said earlier, you're not going to use that all the time if you don't have a lowered vehicle. My vehicle is lowered, so I don't really have a choice. And once the car is up, you're going to take the jack stand, slide it underneath, and raise it up to the appropriate height. Now, I'm a big person, so I need to get the car as high as possible so I can fit comfortably underneath it. So the higher I can get it, the better. Next step, what you're going to do is pop your hood and make sure it's secure. Alright guys, so now we're going to go underneath the car, and the socket that we're going to use is a 19. And if you can see right there, that's where the bolt is. We're going to position the pan, and we're going to crawl a little more underneath the car. And in some situations, it's not going to want to come loose. So let me go ahead and break this bad boy loose, and then I'll come back. Alright, so we're finally able to break the bolt loose. And what we're going to do now is open it up. And hopefully it's not too messy. Oh, there you go. Now, this oil is only, 4 months old, and already looks like that. So what we're gonna do here We're going to let the oil drain, and we're going to come back to it. To help the oil drain faster, what we can also do is take the filler cap, take that off, and then we can also loosen up the oil filter, which for that we have a special tool that we're going to use. The oil has completely drained. Everything drained in there, and you can actually see it doesn't look all that great. This is the drain plug, which I don't think is magnetic. Or magnetic, sorry, said that wrong. So we're gonna put that here. And we're going to let that find its way a little further into that. And now we're going to fit the ring back in. Okay, with the oil completely drained, we're going to put the oil drain plug back in. We're going to hand tighten it at first. Then we're going to take the ratchet, or the ratchet wrench, whatever you want to call it, and tighten it. Now sometimes, like I said, you want to use an extension, others you don't. For the tightening portion, I find it better to not use it. There we go, that seems to be tight enough. For the few of you not familiar with rotary engines, what you're looking at is a naturally aspirated 13B Mazda engineered rotary. Well, when I say Mazda engineered, it's not really the truth because, what was his name? Felix Wankel, I believe, actually invented the rotary engine, but Mazda is the only company that really put it into mass production within my lifetime. There were other companies that also produced rotary engines, but they either went bust or went with the conventional piston type engine. So Mazda was one of the only companies, and actually in 2009, I believe, 2009 or 2010, correct me if I'm wrong on that, they were actually still making a rotary powered engine, which was the RX-8, which the RX-8 finally was laid to rest with the last model, which was the R3. And as of right now, there are speculations of Mazda coming back with a rotary, but at this point in time, nothing has been confirmed. I also understand that you see a lot of red and a wiry mess. That's from the previous owner, which I've been working on getting that fixed for quite some time, but we get to stuff when we get to stuff. So right now what we're going to do is just change the oil. All right, guys, so now that the oil has drained out, we went ahead and we plugged the oil drain plug back up, and what we're going to do now is go ahead and fill the car with oil. Now, after some reading on the internet, which the internet's your friend, what we're going to do, and there's a little car, what we're going to do is fill the car up with, let's start with 5 quarts. The Mazda manual said that it should be 6.1 dry, but we know the car isn't dry because you never really truly drain all of the oil unless you take the entire engine apart, which we're not doing. So in case of any of you are wondering, this is a really neat contraption to make sure. Some people use funnels or other devices. What I like to do is use this. It screws onto the top of the bottle, and then you can just go ahead and pour, and you don't have to worry about anything coming out, or coming out in the wrong places, I should say. Out of the 6 quarts total, we have just added 4. At this point in time, what we're going to do is double check to make sure no oil is leaking out the bottom, to make sure that the oil drain plug is tightly secured. And we're going to lower the car and check the oil levels and add oil accordingly till we get to the full line on the oil dipstick. Now that the car is back on the ground, we're going to pull the dipstick. I'm going to wipe it clean. And we're going to put it back in to see where the levels are at. Now, here for example, it's not even touching the dipstick as of yet. Or is it? Oh, no, it is touching. Let's see, let's try this one more time. Now, again, remember, guys, that it says it's 6.1 quarts dry, but this engine wasn't dry. And it is showing to be full, or nearly at full. So at this point, we added 4 quarts of fuel. Not fuel, wow, I'm an idiot, sorry. 4 quarts of oil, and it's showing to be full. Now, during an oil change, I'm not 100% sure how much oil the actual Rotary contains and all of its crevices and such. So what we're going to do, we're going to let it sit for a little bit longer, and we might actually end up starting it as well. So what we're going to do here, we're going to put the cap back on. We're going to make sure everything's tight. And then we're going to fire her up, let her run for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to check and see where oil levels are at after the pump has circulated the oil. Alright guys, so now that the oil has been changed in the car, what we're going to do is take it for a quick spin. So we're going to start it. There it's go. One thing that I want to look out for is that the oil pressure is going up accordingly. That's a very important thing. And it looks like it's right now sitting at around 30 pounds. And, well, it's staying at around 30. So, drive out a little. And it's rising right now to around 60. So that's what we want on it. So let's go ahead and leave the driveway. So far so good. Everything seems to be working fine. The main thing here is we're not expecting the car to be broken. We just want to give it a quick spin and just make sure when we get back there's no huge puddle of oil when we did the oil change. And then what we're going to do here for you guys is just show you how serious the backfire can be on this car. Pretty loud and pretty serious, but we love the car, so that's nothing too bad. That was from 20 to 80 in no time whatsoever, so that's a good thing. Everything seems to be lubed up pretty well, and dare I say, after this oil change, it seems to be running a little better, which I know it's just baloney, but that's just the feel that you get out of it. So I'm satisfied. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that we're going to have more videos of the RX-7, and I hope you guys look forward to it.